Wait. So, Black Panther movie review. What'd you guys think?
Likes and dislikes.
I liked it.
You liked it?
Overall, I liked it.
I mean, it kind of left me wanting a bit more, but I feel like it was a little overhyped. But all in all, it was a good movie. Well,
Overhyped.
well, what were some of the things that you liked about it?
Well, I think I liked the country of Wakanda, the way they depicted it in the movie. I think that was possibly going to be like their hardest task to do because, it's an entire country. But the way they showed it in the movie, there was kind of like...
It was pretty... What I like what they did with Wakanda is kind of... It looked advanced, but like some of the buildings looked like they still played like a piece of like African culture, history. Yeah. Like they looked like, like huts, but like...
And the village,
yeah.
Like
yeah,
the village
they looked like huts, but like super modernized and technologically advanced. But yeah. I think the best part of the movie, honestly, was fucking... Eric Killmonger.
That was,
Jordan.
I made a list of dislikes and likes, and that was my only like of the movie. Was Killmonger.
The only thing I liked was Killmonger.
You can literally see likes Killmonger.
But
a little flashcard.
Yeah, man. Every scene Michael B. Jordan's in, he just stole the show. Like he was really good villain. I think probably one of Marvel's best villains because they usually don't have a really good track record of like having good villains besides like Loki. Everybody likes Loki for some reason.
But Loki to me is not really a villain.
Yeah, he's more of like he's just causing mischief. Anyway, that's off topic. Anyways, I also like too Okoye. For those who know Denai Guerrero from The Walking Dead, she played Okoye. I thought she was pretty badass. She was kicking a lot of ass.
I think that's one of the other things that I liked about the movie is all the characters. Like everybody had like they all felt real. They all felt like fleshed out, and nobody was really just in the background. Everybody
had their time to shine.
Exactly. Yeah. Everybody had a role to play. They played that role perfectly. So. Yeah. I think the characters, all of them.
I agree. All the characters were really well fleshed out.
And that's another thing that Marvel really sometimes doesn't have a good track record of. It's usually like only like the most important characters, and
it's just a throw in.
Yeah, you have people in the back you don't really care about. You don't care about their storylines. But in this one with Okoye and her husband, and they were fighting, and it kind of showed you like what would have been interesting. Or what happened, like a little microcosm, was like the whole Wakanda Civil War, because it was like Killmonger was fighting, with the people who followed him, and then Black Panther had the people who followed him.
Yeah.
So I felt like the relationship between Okoye and I've only remembered the husband's name.
Yeah, I don't remember his name. The guy who was in Get Out.
Yeah, that was like a good microcosm of what was happening in Wakanda. I think.
I see
what
you're saying.
Like family against family. You know what I'm trying to say?
Alright, so let's start in order then. So in the beginning of the movie, did you guys like that first fight scene was like completely pitch black? I didn't like it because I couldn't see nothing.
It's funny when I saw.
And I get the idea. It's like it's a jaguar in the jungle, like taking out his enemies out. Yeah, but I also like that's the point of the suit. I would say is like his stealth wise, like you don't see him coming or whatever, but you still want to see him do his damage and beat up people and do whatever he's doing.
Yeah, when I did see the scene, like that was one of the scenes I was most hyped for when I saw the trailer. Just him talking to Okoye, and he's like, "Don't freeze," and he's like, "I never freeze." And he just freaking drops down and throws those things, and I like the way they shot it. Like, it was kind of dark. I wish I could have seen more. Maybe you guys feel differently, but I didn't really. It was kind of chaotic.
Could have been the theater we went to.
It was hard to make out what was happening, but still overall I thought it was a pretty good scene. But yeah, that one of my favorite scenes in the movie, just how they got right into it and started off the movie with.
And you mean in the trailer when he's like, "Don't freeze," like I thought that was gonna be like something like cool. Like actually, that was a cool scene, but she was really talking about
like, something that had nothing to do with it. Yeah.
That's why I hate those trailers. Like
it's just misleading. But either way, the way they put it in the trailer, it sold you. It was really good. But yeah, that scene was good. How did you guys feel about it? You obviously said it was kind of dark. What about you, Walter?
The opening scene?
Yeah.
I liked it actually. I thought it was a pretty good, I would say, introduction to Black Panther, as in, like his like you said, like the stealth plays a role in it. His physical combat plays a role in it too.
Like you want to see that?
Yeah.
I didn't see none of it.
Yeah, but
at least in that scene.
Yeah. What was interesting to me though, I wasn't sure until I saw that scene because like you get the powers from the flower.
Yeah, the herb, the heart-shaped herb.
You see, I didn't know he already taken like the herb.
Oh,
so when I saw that scene, I was like, "Yo, this guy released Black Panther," because that's like your first introduction to what he can do as Black Panther.
Yeah.
So I thought that was good on that aspect.
Well, not counting Civil War, but continue.
Yeah, and the movie, the context of the movie. But yeah, like I thought that it's true too. Like it was kind of hard to read the scene. Only because it was like pitch black, but again, it kind of made sense.
Yeah, it made sense in terms of the character because he operates like a stealth. You're not gonna see him coming. His suit is designed, in and out.
Damage.
What happened?
Yeah,
you know, basically.
What the hell was that?
Basically.
But yeah,
another thing I really liked too, going back to the characters, was Andy Serkis. For those of you guys who knows him as, he was Gollum, but he played the Ulysses Claw, and he plays Gollum. That guy is freaking.
He's done a lot. He's a good actor.
Yeah,
a good actor.
And he was one of my favorite characters. He was very amusing, very like just like a super carefree thug. Like I don't care. Like I'm gonna do what I want. And like
I think that's a lot of that. Marvel doesn't have a lot of those. Like we're going back to villains. Yeah, he played his role really good. A dislike to that is like he had a short role.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
I thought he was gonna be like the main, like obviously Killmonger as well, but I thought they were both gonna go hand in hand. Yeah, like just
that would have been cool. But yeah, I also agree too. I feel like they shouldn't have killed him off. But yeah. He was one of my favorite parts of the movies, and I was kind of ashamed that it was just very brief. He's there for a few scenes, then next thing you know,
you basically saw him in the trailer. That was his whole scene.
Yeah, next thing you know, Killmonger. Well, he was also in the casino scene too, which was that scene itself also was pretty badass. You get to see, and that was everybody going ham without their suits.
Yeah,
and stuff.
that's like I wish that happened with his suit on. Like,
yeah, yeah. Well, we'll go take to one of your dislikes, the CG, the heavily used CG.
The CGI. Oh my god, like I don't mind CGI, but like when it's like overdoing it over the top, like where it's like
it's hard to read the scene.
Yeah, it really gives me a headache. It's like, oh my god, what the hell is going on?
I kind of wish they would have went like then again, I'm kind of comparing now like fight choreography from this point on. I'm holding it to like the standard of like Winter Soldier, because whoever they got to make that fight choreography should be like used in all future Marvel movies. Another thing I liked about the movie too was how it kind of started. Like you guys saw you get that little background of Wakanda, like the meteor hitting, and then like how it like integrated with everything in the country, like the trees and the herbs. It affected everything. And I thought that little snippet was cool. It shows like the rivalries and the wars that all the past clans and tribes had.
There's 5 clans, right?
Yeah, the 5s I think that came together to become Wakanda. And then after that, the following scene was pretty cool too, where they had young King T'Chaka, who confronted his what was his cousin or his brother?
His brother.
His brother. He confronted his brother for being basically a sellout. He sold out his own country for whatever reason, profit, who knows. But
you'll see it in the movie.
Yeah, that scene I thought was really cool, and the suit that he had on like was pretty badass.
Yeah, that
the gold,
suit was amazing.
Like the gold and the black, and he had like
no CGI.
Robe. Yeah, that they should have went with that, because like I feel like I like the new suit, but like with the purple and stuff and the kinetic energies going through it, but I just felt like if they should have kept the look from Civil War. It was more realistic. They didn't have to rely too heavily on the CGI, and I think that would have been a better approach. But
that's what I'm saying. The whole CGI, like, it was too much. It was just too much.
Yeah, they should have. Yeah, I wish they could have relied more on the practical effects. Like I said, like when like I'm holding all Marvel, like whoever directed the Winter Soldier fight choreography, I feel like that's the person they should have on board on all like future projects.
Yeah, the fight scenes were like kind of slow.
Yeah, not that they
weren't fluent.
That's what I would say. Yeah, they didn't flow too well. Like you could tell, at least I could tell. Like they relied way too much on the CGI. But
at least even in terms of like when they're both using suits and when
exactly.
Because you have to remember too, at one point in the movie when he's being challenged to become king, that fight scene in itself was, I think, possibly one of the better. Like you as an audience, you can read it a little better.
Yeah, and even then, that fight scene you could read a little better, but it wasn't still one of my favorites, because I feel like the fighting was almost slow. Like it didn't seem like no one seemed in imminent danger. At least.
Actually, in that.
They were on top of water.
That's why I would disagree with that.
Well,
you remember the scenes, the way it was set up is that you have like part of the tribe on this side, part of the tribe on this side.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess I mean just the choreography specifically, like not the environment and where they were, but like I guess the choreography, it didn't seem like, at least to me, I don't know. Like I said, like I'm holding every standard to like Winter Soldier, because like that is to me like the best fighting choreography I've seen in a Marvel movie, and I just feel like this one didn't have like you get me. I mean, he was stripped of his powers and stuff, so maybe he couldn't really do all his regular.
Yeah, that's what I don't like
stuff.
either. Like Is that how the comics work? Like,
I think so. Yeah, I think they strip him of his power to see to see
his own
test,
strength.
Yeah, to test your character.
That's what I'm saying. You would think, like, for instance, Batman. He doesn't have no, like, well, he doesn't have no powers, but he hand-to-hand combat. He knows, like, God knows how many martial arts.
Yeah, but T'Challa, I think, even knows more martial arts than
That's what I'm saying. But like, it didn't seem like they let him use that.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it didn't seem like I don't know. Just the choreography didn't seem like I've seen better fight scenes elsewhere. Is what I'm trying to say. Like, I wish they would have had a better fight scene.
You wish they would take their time and actually like
make it look awesome.
Yeah.
Like, damn. Like, it didn't blow me away like I wanted to. Is basically what I'm trying to say.
And that comes with the overhyping of the movie. You guys want to talk about that?
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, what do you feel like in terms of overhype? Like, what were you?
It goes back to Civil War. Like, when you saw Black Panther and all his scenes, like, man, I can't wait till this thing comes out.
Yeah.
And when it came down to it, like, when the movie came out, like, I just wasn't impressed. Like the overhype, the hype of Black Panther, it got to such a certain level that I expected it to be at that level. So when I saw it, I was like, man, it's not at that level. Like, it didn't surpass it either. It didn't even reach it, I feel.
And then what you say too, you didn't like the character, how they made him from Civil War going into
like, he was such a badass in Civil War, and then this one, like, they toned him down, like, so much. Like,
he was more like second guessing himself.
Yeah, exactly. He was hesitant. Like, he wasn't he didn't have that killer instinct that a freaking panther actually has, like, you know, the actual animal.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't think. Like, once it's out set to kill, it kills. Like, you know?
And that's why I kind of liked his character better in Civil War, because his motivation was, I'm gonna kill Bucky. Mm-hmm. And he was like just set on it, and like every scene he was in, he was like all serious, play no games, like, you know.
And that's what I'm saying. You would think, all right, I understand, like, Bucky killed his father or whatever. He thought he killed his father.
No, he didn't. Well, he was made to look like.
They portrayed, they framed him. So basically Black Panther, he went ham because he thought his father was killed by Bucky. Mm. So now he has Eric Killmonger trying to take over all of Wakanda, so that doesn't come to the same level. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I understand. If anything, I feel like that would be...
He didn't go as hard for Wakanda, I'm saying.
Yeah, if anything, you would think he'd be even more aggressive.
Yeah, you would think he'd be more inspired, more motivated.
But that's the thing, like, in the movie, and this kind of goes to, I think, one of the things we like is the astral plane. Because he confronts his dad, you know, and he found out what his dad did, that he killed his own brother, and he didn't tell anybody. So for him, I feel like the reason he was so hesitant is because that was his dad's mistake. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Like, it's something that had to do with the previous king. And it was like, I think that's one of the things I also like about the movie is like the themes of it. Because pretty much like T'Challa was dealing with like everything, you know, he had his king,
he felt
his
the pressure.
Kingdom, he had his personal family, he had his dad, and I think
ex-girlfriend.
his ex-girlfriend. You know, I felt like it made him like less. I mean, in Civil War, he was a bit more like, you know, I think he was more of a one-dimensional character.
Basically.
Here, you have like all the dimensions of, which is good at times, but I think in regards to that, like when it comes time for, I think, T'Challa to act, he kind of is hesitant towards like that thing that, you know, he should be doing, and which is fine, I guess, but you as a moviegoer and based on Civil War, you do have a certain expectation of him to be a certain way. So yeah, that I understand about the hype and all that stuff. But I think one of the things that I do like, again, is the themes of the movie. So, you know, tradition, you have like, being like isolated. Again, not just in terms of Wakanda, but even the characters themselves. I think, you know, you have the fifth tribe who's isolated from the rest of the other tribes. You have, you know, like Killmonger, who's isolated from the rest of not only Wakanda, but again, like even his own, I guess, like, what would you call it? His own, like, he's pretty much an outsider and an insider to it. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's one of the themes of the movie. Yeah. And then again, I think one of the better scenes too with Killmonger is the one where he goes to the astral plane and he sees his dad. And then his dad tells him, I thought that was a very good, like the way they depicted it, that they show him as the little kid.
Yeah, that was a great scene.
And then the dad tells him like, oh, you don't have no tears for me. Mm-hmm. And then like Killmonger, this tells you a lot about his character, where he tells him like, well, everybody dies, because that's the world he grew up in. Like, you know, it's either you kill or be killed. Mm-hmm. And then again, that's what makes him such a good and compelling character. I don't think it's fair to call him a villain. He's an antagonist for sure, but I feel like in a lot of ways he was right. but he just went about everything like an
extremist way. Yeah, he didn't.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think we're giving Michael B. Jordan like
enough credit.
Yo, that guy.
I said at the beginning, like I feel like he was the highlight of the movie.
That guy, that's like I said. My only like of the whole movie, like me being a horrible critic, like I said things at a certain standard. Like Killmonger to me, like met that standard for me as a villain, as an antagonist, whatever you want to call him. Just as his character was such a great.
Yeah, I remember there was people in the back like, "Yo, Killmonger's raw."
Yeah,
like everybody was like on the Killmonger train.
That's definitely one thing you got from the movie was Killmonger. Like that got stuck in your head. Like man, that was
you know what's the worst part about it? They killed him off.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. I thought never seen that fool again.
I thought they were gonna keep him like a low-key type.
They should have, man. They should have kept him around. Like I don't understand why he didn't want to. Like at the end, you know, he kind of like offered to like maybe.
But but you see, that's what I'm saying. One of the themes, and that's Killmonger's raw, but I think people overlook he's a very tragic character. You know what I'm saying? It's like. He
went through a lot of stuff.
He's gone through so much in his life, and he's seen so much that it's like it exemplifies when he tells T'Challa like, oh, you know, my ancestors threw themselves off the ship because they realized it was better to die free.
It's better than bondage.
Exactly. So I felt like that's what he knew that was gonna happen to him. If they did save his life, there was gonna be a prisoner in Wakanda.
True.
And then what could he like? You know what I'm saying?
That's also why people like him because he's so relatable.
Exactly.
Like, the struggle, like everybody goes through some type of struggle.
Exactly.
And like, man, Killmonger.
And you know what? I think that's what makes him even like his. They didn't just kill him off, but I felt like he died on his own terms.
Yeah.
Like he decided
did everything on his own terms.
Yeah, he decided like, you know what? Forget the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
this is where my train stops. They can keep going without me.
Yeah.
But I think I think like it would have been interesting if they'd done like a sequel, or when the sequel would have came out, you know, if Killmonger still would have been a part of the.
I think it would have been cool to have like the reverse Cap Bucky you have.
Yeah.
Cap and Bucky you have T'Challa and Killmonger, and they could go on their own missions and
like go on adventures.
Yeah, and think about it too, like two Panther type dudes on like stealth missions, like two suits going in, like that would have been awesome.
All right, so overall, what do you like? I rated this movie as a good movie. Don't get me wrong, but me, I wasn't as impressed. So I would give it a 6 out of a 10. I know it's hard for some of you guys. Some of you guys love the movie, but me, I give it a 6. What about you guys?
Well, go ahead.
I say I give it an 8 out of 10, and the only reason I say that is because I'm comparing it to like all the other Marvel movies, and I think that not only in terms of all superhero movies. Like the movie actually set out to do what it wanted to do, you know, and it didn't compromise. It did what it was supposed to do.
It was a Black Panther film.
Exactly, and that's the one thing I like about going to movies. You know, like if it's a consistent movie, and the movie overall I think was pretty consistent. So I say I give it an 8 out of 10.
I give it a 7. I thought the movie was solid. Like I just thought it was a bit overhyped. Like it didn't live up to my expectations. Like it was good overall. It was a solid entertainment movie. Like it's a Marvel movie. You know, you know what you're gonna get. Good entertainment, good fights, good characters. But I just kind of wish it did like just like a smidgen more, just to put it really over the edge and be well deserving of the spotlight that it's really receiving right now. Not to say that it's not deserving of the spotlight, but I just wish they did like a little more. Like they
you would have left the theater like satisfied.
Like
man,
damn, I want to see that shit again. Like when's the next movie start?
Yeah,
let's go. But yeah.
So yeah, tell us what you guys think by commenting, liking our video,
comments, subscribe,
give us some love. We'll shout you guys out, and check out our next video.
Subscribe.